The following program has been rated GE by the Kenya Film Classification Board. It is therefore suitable for general family viewing.
Hello viewer, welcome to our today's episode on your favorite show Chungu cha Jamii with me, Kate Waliaro. Well, it's another beautiful day that God has given us so that we can enjoy ourselves, we can, move in Him and be in Him, and live one day at a time. So today is that one day that we also have to enjoy in this very present. Now, as usual in Chungu cha Jamii, we have conversations that are enlightening us, that are inspiring us. And today we have one of those. We are talking about the stages in our relationships and also the communication skills that maybe you were never taught, or maybe you know them, but you've never, put them into so much consideration. So make sure you're joining in our conversations on our SMS line 21144 and in all our social media handles at GBS TV Africa. So make sure you're sending in your comment, whatever questions you do have. And as usual, I'm not alone. I have someone with me who is a coach on matters of relationships, marriage, and she's also a business lady. So here I'm in class also, as you are in class, and she's going to give us the know-how, inspire us, and get everything that we need to hear, and also to be in a position to live better lives and in better relationships. So you're most welcome.
Thank you.
Yeah, introduce yourself to our viewer today.
Thank you so much, Kate. I'm Faith Jogu, the relationship coach and marriage mentor, and I help Christian women and couples reignite love so that they can have a better relationship and successful ones.
Wow, thank you very much, Faith. We are very happy to have you, because if you are a coach, then you're going to coach us into living better lives, and especially in our relationships. Yeah. And especially today we are talking about the stages in relationships. Many people think once I get a boyfriend, or a boy gets a girlfriend, squeezy, you hear them starting calling each other wifey, husband, and then, they already moved to the last stage of relationship, as in there's no waiting. The moment I feel like I have some feelings towards this guy, or when the feelings and the emotions start moving around, then we wife each other, we husband each other, and then the relationships become a block. But you say there are stages in the relationships.
Yeah, sure.
So we want to know which are these stages, and so that when I'm in a relationship, I can tell which stage I'm in, so I don't have to rush from point A to point, the end. Yeah, and that means if someone is running like that, there's a lot of problems that will come in. Yeah, sure. So take us through the stages.
Thank you so much, Kate. As you said, there are 5 stages of relationship. Yeah. And we'll start from stage 1, which is romance stage.
Romance.
Yeah, romance stage. In romance stage, it is from when somebody comes to you and asks for you to date them, and then after that, you get into courtship or engagement. That
now,
stage.
In romance stage, you've talked of just one person coming and asking.
Yeah.
And I feel in this romance stage, explain to us, how is it like? What is the feeling that run around?
In the romance stage, when somebody comes for you and you start with communication, this person asks, can I have your number maybe? Then you say yes. This person, from there you start communicating. Once you start communicating with this person, you get into a romance stage. In the romance stage, it is from the 2nd month of knowing this person, and which goes up to the 2nd year of knowing this person. And during this stage, you find that there is a hormone that is called dopamine, which is a feeling good hormone. Once you know a person and you start becoming lovers, this hormone takes over your body. And during this stage, the hormones, it's like you are under some drugs, but you are under your own hormones. You're feeling highly, you want to see this person regularly, you want to talk to this person, This hormone controls your body totally.
This is the one they call the feel-good hormone.
Yeah, the feel-good hormone.
And someone at this stage can be told to be drunk in love.
Yeah.
Because they're totally drunk in it.
Yeah, and that is where you find people saying, oh, love is blind.
Yeah.
It is not love which is blind, but it is the hormone which has taken over your body.
Wow.
And during this stage, then you start loving this personally extraordinary, such that even if your partner comes and tells you that this is not the right person for you, you can't agree.
Sure.
You can't even see the point because your body is being controlled by that hormone. During this stage, you find that there are so many conflicts coming on your way, on your relationship, but you can't notice them at that time.
What we call the red flags.
Yeah.
This is a point where people miss the red flags.
Exactly.
Because of the dopamine.
Yes.
I got that right.
So there might be red flags, but since you are so much in love, you don't see them. And even if somebody points them out, you don't even realize. You feel, oh, this person wants me to leave my...
Yeah, they're jealous.
Yeah.
Hey, there's a time where people will say that they have experienced love at first sight. And according to the romance stage, it's taking the second month to at the second year. So love at first sight, is it part of this?
Yeah. That love at first sight is when, like, Faith meets a guy. Once I see you, there is some chemistry that goes in our bodies. You feel like, I love this person. I want to be near this person. That is what we call love at first sight. You want to, there is some chemistry going in your body.
The dopamine is happening.
And the body of that other person. So you find that you want to talk about this person. You want to be near this person. You want to hear from that person all the time. So the dopamine has taken over your body. Yeah, that is the love.
I'm sure my viewer can imagine that. Because everybody who's been in love has been through that crazy stage.
Yeah.
Of not even knowing, but just knowing that I love this person. Exactly. I want to be with them. I want to be, you know, smelling them close by and hear them talk. That is a romance stage.
Yeah, that is the first stage, which is the romance stage.
Okay.
Then from there, maybe most people get married during that period. Which is, which is a very big problem because when you are at first stage, you are not supposed to get into marriage. But because we don't know and we don't understand, we find that we get into marriage during that stage.
That's true.
So once you get into marriage, in the second year, maybe after the first stage, in the second year, you find that you wake up one day and start asking, what? Am I the one in this relationship? You start wondering, and how comes I got involved with this guy? How comes I got into this marriage? It's like now you wake up to yourself and find that your personalities and that of your partner, they are not going along.
Yeah, and you don't understand how you got yourself here.
Yeah.
It's like somebody was in slumber, was asleep the whole romance stage.
Yes.
That's sad.
That's what happened. Actually, that is what's happening. And that's why you find that when you get into the second stage now, you start realizing yourself. Maybe you had a career. You left it to get married.
That's true.
Yeah, you left your passion so that you be with this person. So after the second year, the dopamine hormone gets suppressed. Its time is over.
It's time
in
to
your
wake
body.
up.
Yeah. So you wake up to yourself and you start finding that this is not the person I wanted. But now that I'm in this relationship and there is no way I can move out of it, you start fighting for your needs to be met. You start fighting for you to be understood in that relationship. Yeah. So when you start fighting for your needs to be met, and the needs of every partner in a relationship are so many. You want to be loved. You want to be taken care of.
Yeah.
Either you are a man or a lady. There are so many needs that needs to be met.
Yeah.
But now, in this stage, since now everybody is fighting for, because even the partner you are with also is fighting for their needs to be met.
Yeah.
Now you start conflicts. The conflict starts igniting.
Sure.
The red flags you had not seen, you start remembering, oh, and I was told.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I saw.
Yeah, I saw this, but I didn't understand at that time. Now you have woken up to yourself in the power struggle stage. But the bad thing in the power struggle stage.
So the second stage is a power struggle stage.
Yeah, power struggle stage. And the bad thing in the power struggle stage is many people don't go beyond that.
Wanashuka basi.
Many people don't go beyond that. So it is either you survive in the power struggle stage or you break up.
Yeah.
But many people do break up. Others have divorce. Others separate because they don't know it is a stage. But when you educate yourself and understand that this is just a stage, you start learning about your partner. You get to learn the personalities of your partner and understand them.
Yeah.
So when you start learning, that is the time you will be able to move out of the power struggle stage.
Okay.
But the bad thing is that many people throw up the towel and say, oh, I didn't want such thing in my life.
Yeah.
And that's why you're finding that there are so many people who don't want to have relationships, who don't want to be in marriage because they went through a lot in the power struggle stage.
Yeah.
Because in the power struggle stage, what makes it to be so hard is now you're in marriage, there are some relatives. You are supposed to understand them and be part of that family.
Yeah.
Now maybe you have a kid. The responsibility of a kid is upon you. You have to understand this kid. You didn't know how to bring up a kid, but now it is your responsibility. You have to feed these kids. Also, you have to take care of your partner.
Yeah, and yourself. The responsibility is so huge.
The responsibilities are so many.
Yeah.
And in this stage, you find that you get burnouts because now there is so much on your shoulders.
Yeah.
So that is when you find that you feel that you want to quit this thing and you don't want to have any other relationship.
Because now at this point, everything you see is just fighting you.
Yeah.
And it's tiring.
It's
you have
very tiring.
these responsibilities that maybe, and especially I'm imagining for a woman, and especially those who get married when they don't even realize who they are, then they get to this thing and this stage.
Yeah.
Someone will just choose, hey, let me go, otherwise I'll die here.
Sure, and many people have moved out of their relationships, but it is only when you arm yourself with knowledge. Because in the Bible, Hosea 4 verse 6, it says that my people get destroyed because of lack of knowledge. So when you understand yourself and you want to seek this knowledge, it helps a lot in the relationship.
Yeah.
Because you are able to know why is this happening to me? And you will be in a position to learn and understand this is just a stage. And once I pass this stage, then the problems are over.
Oh, so these are stages for every single relationship.
Every relationship. Either you understand it or not, because the stage comes, you may not understand, you navigate through, and you go to the next stage. You might not understand you went through the stages, but once you get the knowledge, you know, oh yes, I was in the romance stage, and I could see these red flags, but I didn't know. But luckily, by God's grace, I passed through.
Even though there were no major red flags in the romance stage, still you will get to stage 2 when you get to learn the exact or the specific character of your partner.
Yeah.
And even yourself, because these are where people get to, we are told that at some point, we start hiding from each other. Now, my real me comes out, his real me his real himself comes out, and now we meet here. This is where now the stage 2 comes in.
Yes.
Wow, I get it now.
Great. So after the second stage, now you have seen everything about your partner. His or her characteristics, personalities, bad side and good side, they come out in the second stage. Then after that, if you are able to navigate to the to survive to the next stage, you go to stability stage.
That's
in
hopeful.
the stability stage, now you have seen everything about your partner. You have started accepting them for who they are. Because in relationship, you don't change somebody. You cannot change. You may try to change a person, but they will only pretend to have changed, but they don't change. So your personality will remain the same in the relationship. And then in the third stage, you start understanding this person. Oh, this person is like this. He cannot change or she cannot change. And you start accepting them the way they are. You start accepting that you got into this marriage, if you're already married. Now you start accepting because you have seen the both sides of this person, and you have accepted the person the way they are. So in this stability stage, you have accepted them, their flaws, the baggages they carry, because in relationship you carry even the baggages from your background. You may find that you are in a relationship and maybe your partner is carrying the baggages from the background of their family. Maybe he's the one who takes care of the siblings. So you have accepted this person the way he is. With all his baggages. So that is the stability stage. Now you started becoming stable in that relationship, meaning that you will not be able to quit. Why? Because you have understood the person. And now you have accepted them the way they are. That is the third stage.
So the stability stage is where you accept.
You accept this person the way they are, with the flaws, with the baggages they carry, everything. Now you have accepted them. I'm
imagining if I hadn't made the decision of marrying them in the romance stage. Is this where we break up? In the event I find that now I have understood who you are, I know your ideologies, your personality, your characteristics, and I accept who you are. Will this character serve me or not? This is where we live.
Now, this is where you say you live with it. The personalities of this person. If you didn't break in the second stage, in the second stage is where you break because you can't take anymore. You are tired.
For those who are married and for those who are not, this is where you live in stage 2.
In stage 2.
Now in stage 3, it's to me now we already overcame. I have accepted you now. I'm accepting you. I've chosen you. I'm surviving through this.
Hey, Lord. We have survived through many ups and downs together. And now I have accepted you the way you are.
So hapa no going back.
There's no going back.
Okay.
But if you are unable to accept that person the way they are, then in stage 2 you break.
I understand.
But if you navigate through the second stage, then you go to stage 3.
There is hope.
There is hope. You now start becoming stable, and you have accepted this person the way they are.
Now in all these stages, because all what is coming out is about the other party. Is there also learning myself? And especially in this stage 2 where there is serious conflict. I want to see my bit because mostly I'm imagining in conflict in this stage too. I'm only seeing the person I chose.
The other person.
Whether they are good or bad.
Yeah.
Is my character coming up, and am I in a position to accept it or change the things I need to change?
Yeah, in stage 2, the other person, you are learning about your partner, and he or she is also learning about you. So you are learning about each other. Your personality can be seen by your partner, and you can see even your own personalities and see, oh, I am not doing good. You can understand yourself. Because when two people come together, you find that it's like they teach each other. So you see the personality of the other person, and they are also seeing you.
Yeah.
So as you fight for your needs, they are also fighting for their needs. And that's when you find that the conflicts are always escalating. There are so many conflicts. If you are unable to de-escalate this conflict, that is when you cannot pass to stage 3.
Okay.
Yeah? But if you are able to de-escalate the conflict, then you go to stage 3, where now you're stable.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow, that is a lot of information, and very great information, because I didn't know these things. Now they are getting to be broken down for us, my dear viewer. I know now you have a pen and a paper just like me. I've learned about the romance stage, where you feel good. You know, you want to see this person, you want to see your partner every now and then, you want to hear from them. And I know there's a point where, you know, zile minutes, za Safaricom, we keep buying them because you want to, you know, communicate the whole time before they sleep. Now, you know, you want to continue in that. You know, you want to embrace this person like, you know, ni kama umkunywe akae ndani yako, you know. That is the point, that is the feeling I get for the romance stage. And I'm sure everybody who's been in love, they've been through this. And the other one, and she said the biggest mistake here we make is getting married when you are in that, you know, drunken state of mind and state of being, because you're in love and you cannot see the red flags, you cannot see the true character of your partner, and you as also cannot come out as the true you. So at this point, she says this is where we make the biggest mistake of jumping in and making the decision of, I want you for the rest of my life. And moving forward, we go to the second stage of relationships. And this is a power, we have power struggle. We seriously fight on this one, because now your true character is coming out, my true character is coming out, and we have to find, you know, we fight. Ni kama vitu zinakulana tu, like, I want to come out. So we have a lot of information, but allow us to take a short break and make sure you don't go anywhere, so that we come back with a lot more and you get to learn. Yeah.
Everywhere, GBS.
Welcome back, my dear viewer. We continue with our conversation on the stages in relationships and the communication skills that we need to learn, or rather the communication skills that we never learned while growing up and that we really need to keep our relationships. Now, so far with Faith, we've learned a lot. There's a lot of information, and I'm so excited because now hata mimi naweza guide mtu, you know. I've been there and I see maybe the many mistakes people have made, and I've seen you know, the steps that one can take so that they make sure that they are choosing to get into a relationship with the same mind, because hey, the romance stage is something else. So make sure you join in our conversations on our SMS line 21144 and in all our social media handles at GBS TV Africa, so that whatever you know, I know you've gone through things, send them our way so that we laugh together. So Faith, you were telling us about the stability stage.
Yeah.
And for some reason, we've seen this is where I've made a decision, I've gone through conflict with you, I've gone through, you know, understanding the person that I'm choosing to be my life partner. Yeah. But what I really wanted to see, is there any point where I understand me?
Yeah. You also understand yourself.
In the conflict or now stability?
In the conflict. When you have conflict is when you know your strengths and your weaknesses.
Ah, nice.
Yeah, without the conflict, you wouldn't understand yourself.
Wow.
So during the power struggle stages, you also learn your personalities.
Yeah.
Like we say, there is choleric people, there is those people. The choleric person is that person who is overjoyed. This person likes visitors. Those are the strengths, your strengths now. But when it comes to weakness, if you are a choleric person, then you are disorganized. And even if you make friendship, the friendship will not take long. It is shallow friendship. You like this person today, tomorrow you don't want to. Umeboeka. So you also learn about your personalities. You find that there are those people who are pragmatic, melancholic. These people are bossy. This is where you find that maybe you are, let's say you are a lady in that relationship, you want to boss aloud.
This is the point you hear, hatutakaa wanaume wawili kwa hii nyumba.
Yeah, now your personalities are coming out. You also learn your own personalities. But some people do assume, and when you assume things, you don't move forward.
Yeah.
Because knowledge helps person to move forward and to succeed. So in the power struggle stage, that is when you learn your own personalities.
Wow.
You learn whether you are a choleric person, whether you are that person who is bossy, whether you are that person who is perfect. You know, there are those people who want to be perfect.
Perfectionists.
Yeah, yeah. This person want to do something, redo it. All these things comes out in the second stage.
Wow, I get to appreciate that stage.
Yeah.
It's called the power struggle.
The power struggle stage.
For that reason, I really appreciate that stage, because if I get to understand myself, as much as I'm understanding the other person, but I get to understand me.
Yeah.
That one is very welcome.
But if you don't understand yourself, then you go back.
Yeah.
You want to love somebody else. You start romance stage again.
Because then you'll be looking, if I get to understand myself, then I will also understand what I want and what I want to see in my partner. So in making that choice, then it will be perfect.
Yeah.
I love that.
When you make the right decision, it is perfect, you move forward. But if you fail to understand yourself and then you fail to understand your partner, you move backwards.
Yeah, looking for another thing.
Yeah, you go start looking for another lover, another person to love. You enjoy the romance stage again.
Only to go back.
Only to go back to power struggle stage. Then you find yourself dumping this other person and starting again. That is what happens a lot.
Yeah, and I've seen that a lot, meaning these people never get to learn themselves in the conflict stage. Wow, wow. That one is very well understood, Faith. Wow.
Great.
We move forward. Now, what do we gain in the stability stage, stage number 3?
In the stability stage, now you have understood this person and you have accepted and you want to move forward. This is when you say backward never.
Mbaya sasa tusonge.
Mbaya kama ni mbaya tusonge mbele. You have understood this person and you're okay. And you have learned how to navigate through. You know, when these things get worse, you go this way or go this way.
Yes, yes.
But you are not ready to quit.
Yeah.
So after stability stage, then you come to commitment stage. In the commitment stage, now you have seen everything.
Yeah.
You have accepted.
Hakuna kitu naweza nishtua sasa ikuje.
Now in this stage, you start doing projects together. This is where you find a husband and wife. They are prospering. They are doing business together.
Yeah.
You can find a husband and wife working in the same company, and they don't fight.
Yeah.
In fact, they love each other and they accept each other. This is the commitment stage, where you can do a project together without fighting, and you succeed together. In the commitment stage is as simple as that. You are now committed. You are ready to raise your children. You have accepted the relatives.
Now you make our empire together.
Yeah, no. Now your mind is about prospering and succeeding.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. I guess a lot of people take forever to get here or never get to this stage.
Most people don't get to that stage.
They remain pale kwa stability.
Wengi wanakaa pale kwa most of them remain in the power struggle stage. Because you can find there are people who are, let's use like 20 years in marriage. They are fighting every day.
20 years in power struggle.
Yeah, they have stayed 20 years in power struggle stage. They fight every day for their needs, so they don't move forward. Why? Because they have not gotten the knowledge of, or they don't want to empower themselves with the knowledge of how to move forward. So many people, and that's why you find there is so many breakups and divorces, because many people stay in the power struggle stage. That is the stage that takes a long period in a relationship.
Yeah, because I usually wonder, people who've been in 20, 25, 30 years in marriage are breaking up. Why?
Yeah, because they didn't learn. They haven't learned how to sustain each other. They haven't understood each other. Yani kila mtu anataka kukaa kivyake. They don't want to understand the other person. Yeah, that is the time people break, and it can take as long as even
a lifetime.
Yeah.
Oh, how sad.
But those who are able to move, they move, they survive, they come to commitment stage. In the commitment stage now, you do the business together, you work together, you see, I can see you and your husband working together. Some people are wondering, how are these people working together and they are not fighting? It's not that they don't have conflicts, but they know how to solve the conflicts. They have learned through the second stage, and they know how to solve these conflicts. So in the commitment stage, it's all about prosperity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that.
Great.
So I've committed to the relationship. We can commit further in doing projects together.
Yes.
You know, making our marriage work and making a life together, and a beautiful life together.
Exactly.
Prosperity, yeah. Wow, mimi na learn majorly. I hope you are too, because this is information I did not have. And I'm so glad, Faith, you're here.
Thank you.
So we move forward with the next stage. Ama tumezimaliza?
Not yet. We have the last one, which is the very best one.
I thought sasa tumefika the very best. Bado?
So we have the blissful stage. Blissful stage.
Blissful stage.
Yeah. This is the last stage in the relationship. And being a coach, if I was to be asked when you're supposed to marry, I would say you marry in the third stage, that is the stability stage, because you have learned already about this person. So when you get into this marriage institutional commitment, you will not start going back. So after commitment stage, you get to blissful stage. Now you have done projects together. You have raised your children, because even children is a commitment to raise them. There are those who get children and throw them away, or they leave them with their parent.
Or with a maid.
Yeah. So even raising your children is a commitment, and you have done it. Now you come out to the world as a gift.
Okay, now we are the gift to the world.
You are the gift to the world.
How nice.
You have been able to work your own relationship and your marriage. Now you get out to go help others.
Wow.
You go out to do community work together. This is where you find that people are working as husband and wife, helping other people proceed or prosper. So in the blissful stage, you have been able to work your own problems. And even when the problems comes, because in marriage there is no time you'll say you hakuna problems. There will be problems, but now you know how to work out these problems. You know how to solve these problems. Now you have come out to the world You can give people advice. You have done many projects. You can help other people succeed. So that is the blissful stage. And in the blissful stage, you combine it. It's like now you've gone to romance stage. Now it is the feeling good stage again.
Wow, we still go back to feeling good.
Yeah, it is the feeling good stage again, where you are working together as husband and wife, and you cannot leave each other because you know each and everything about your partner. So that dopamine still comes in the blissful stage.
No, I think now this time it comes back with a lot of gratitude that you made a choice.
Yeah. So that is what happens in the relationships.
Wow.
You move through those stages, but the very bad and the worst stage is the second stage. Yeah.
Wow, that was beautiful information regarding the stages we go in through our relationships. My dear viewer, I know you've heard them all, but I can recap them for you so that you get, if you're coming in now, you get to listen to them again. Faith has taken us through the various stages that every relationship gets to go through. Number one, she says there is a romance stage. This is where, it takes between the second month and up to the second year of you being together, or even the love at first sight. I know you've said that at some point in your life. And this is where you just feel good. There's nothing bad that you see about your partner. You're just happy and, you know, and full of love. And you cannot see anything bad. Even though mtu atakwambia, na huyo chali yako ama na huyo demi yako nilimuona mahali fulani, you're like, uko na wivu sana, you know. You cannot see anything bad about that relationship. And she says the biggest mistake you can make is getting into that relationship, into a fully committed relationship, like getting married in that stage. The worst stage, number two, is the power struggle, where you come out as who you are truly, and your partner is also there, you know, with their glaring mistakes, and, you know, the good and the bad is out. There's no hiding. And this is where there's a lot of conflict because of the different ideologies, the different characteristics, the different personalities, and you also get to learn your own characteristics. If you're keen. If you're not keen, this is where you also break up and go back to, you know, start unarudi soko, you know, and come back wanting to, and then still you get to stage two. If still you don't get to learn, unarudi soko. The cycle goes on. But if you survive, you go to stage three, where it is the stability stage, right?
Yeah.
The stability stage, where you have accepted, this is who I am and this is who he is. At this point, I have accepted, I have learned, and I have understood the character of my partner. And at this point, nimekubali, mbaya, tusonge, you know. Am I getting them right, Nani? Faith?
Yeah.
The fourth stage is the commitment stage. This is where you have accepted everything, and you are committing to creating a family together, to doing what? Doing projects together, raising children. Mimi ni good student leo, because this topic. So at this point, you do projects to prosper yourselves as a couple. And then you go to the blissful stage, where Faith says this is a point where you go back to feeling good again. You have the dopamine, you've done everything, and then now you're going back to help people to also prosper and maybe get to where you are. So this was a beautiful class, and we have a lot more on communication, and especially the communication skills that we never got to learn. And now we are going to learn them with Faith again. So let's take a short break on this note. We'll be back with a lot more of communication.
Everywhere, GBS.
Welcome back, my dear viewer. Faith ananiambia amenipea A. So I've really learned. I hope you also have learned a lot from that bit of the conversation that we've had. And here now we're talking of the communication skills that we never learned. Faith, there are people who are now in these relationships. Tumeongea relationships. There are people in these relationships that do not know how to solve conflict. They do not know maybe how to communicate. Tusaidie. We need help.
That can either build your relationship or break it is communication. Because we say communication is the engine of every relationship. You see, like you have a car, without the engine it cannot move. So in relationship, communication is the engine of every relationship.
Wow.
It is where it starts. Because you started with communicating. This person asked, can you marry me? Or can I be your friend? That is communication.
Yeah.
So it started with communication. You can't work any relationship without communication. But when it comes to relationship, the communication innate it's not like the one you were taught in school. Here now, it is about your life and the life of your partner.
Yeah.
When you come together, there are some skills that you need to learn so that you know how to solve conflicts when they come.
Yeah.
Because communication, most of the time, is what ignites conflicts.
It's a two-edged sword.
Yeah. Communication is the one that ignites conflict. Because you can see, maybe I left this cup here. You come as my partner. You ask, Faith, and why did you leave this cup here? And I ask you another question. Where did you want me to take it? That is in a relationship. That is what happens actually in relationships, and especially in marriages. So you ask me a question.
I answer with another one.
I answer with another question. Sometimes sarcastically.
Yeah.
And sometimes I keep quiet. When I keep quiet,
It's also communication.
it's also a communication.
Yeah.
So communication is everywhere in relationship. And for you to be able to discourage conflicts when they come, because conflicts are the ones that destroys a relationship, this conflict that happens in the second stage, the stage we said the power struggle stage, when you have the right tools for communicating, you are able to discourage these conflicts. But if you don't know how to communicate, then you find yourself escalating the conflict, they will never come down. So itakuwa, wacha ikue vile itakuwa, you see? Because you don't know how to communicate with your partner.
Yeah.
And this is when I teach people how to learn to soothe themselves. And to
soothe me.
Yeah, you soothe yourself.
Oh.
Let's say that there is a conflict.
When I'm angry.
Yeah.
Not to be soothed.
When
but
you're feeling there is that flooding, let's say there is a conflict, because conflict is an argument between two people. Now we are arguing in our relationship. There is a point you feel that you can burst.
Yeah.
Yeah?
The emotions are too high.
Yeah, they are too high. You are so angry. You can't take it anymore. You become flooded. You start saying anything. You start cursing your partner. You can say anything in this world.
Yeah.
That is what happens in our relationships. But when you know how to communicate properly, you learn that there are three brains. There are three brains. We call them triune brain. Triune brain. We have physical brain. We have emotional brain. We have logical brain.
Oh, now that's better.
So when there is a conflict in the power struggle stage, what comes out is the physical brain. I want to fight. The physical brain tests whether it exists, whether your body exists. So when I tell you, Kate, why did you do this? Your brain wants to test whether you exist. So you become the caveman. You know, the caveman is about fighting.
Yeah.
You want to fight back. Eh? So when you fight back, you escalate the conflict. That is the physical brain. The physical brain wants to test whether it exists. Do I really exist?
Yeah.
So when there is a conflict, you will find yourself wanting to fight because the physical brain is asking you, how can this person tell me this? Do I really exist as faith? So you will want to talk back.
Yeah.
You will want to fight.
I see.
Yeah, you see? So that is the physical brain.
Okay.
Then there is an emotional brain. Emotional brain tests connection. Are we connected with Kate? Are we moving together? That is the emotional brain. And that's why we say, all our teacher told us that we make decisions through our emotions, not through logic.
Okay.
We make, like, you made a decision to get into this relationship because of your emotions. You felt good about this person. So the emotional brain will want to test whether you are connected.
Okay.
This is part of the communication. Are we connected with with my partner? How will you test whether you're connected? Now there is a conflict. You are in this house. You are not talking to each other. How will you know whether you're still connected? There is something we call a bid. A bid, it's a communication style where I want to test connection. I can pat you to see whether you'll turn and see what is Faith saying. I can also ask you a question, like, let's say we are in this relationship, and I can just ask a general question. You can ask, did our children got picked yesterday? That is a bid. I'm trying to test whether we are connected.
Okay.
So if you are not connected, you will not answer. You didn't hear what I said. We are not connected. But if I answer yes or no, the emotional brain will be satisfied that we are connected. We are still connected. Even in the middle of conflict, we are still connected. Because people fight because of lack of connection.
Okay.
You may find that we are fighting because of this cup, but it is not the content. It is not the cup that is making people in relationship to fight. It is the connection. Because connection got lost.
Okay.
We got lost somewhere, and you started going your way. I started going my way.
So we lost connection.
There is no connection. And when this connection got lost, there might be the third person to fill in the vacuum.
No, this person is connecting with somebody else.
With someone else. That is why in relationship, you must be able to throw beads every time, now and then.
Keep connecting.
Keep connecting. Keep connecting. Because once you lose this connection, it never comes back. And you cannot know whether you're connected if you're just keeping quiet in a relationship and assuming things.
Yeah.
You need to keep on throwing beads. You see, like a fisherman, they put something at the end of the string to throw to the water, and the fish will come and eat whatever the fisherman was putting there. So that is the bead. You keep on throwing the bead to your partner to check whether you are connected.
Yeah.
Because connection is what we fight about.
Yeah.
Connection is what builds a relationship. If there is no connection, then the emotional brain will tell you there is no connection, you'll part ways, and there will be a third party.
Yeah.
So that is the second brain. Then we have the logic brain. This is the professor in you. I am a relationship coach. The logical brain tells you whether you are doing right or wrong. So once you have tested the bid, is this person still connected to me? then your logical brain will tell you whether you're doing the right thing or not. And if you have the knowledge, if you know when you're doing good or not, because there are people who don't understand at all, even when they are doing bad, there are people who don't know. So when you have the knowledge when you're doing good or bad, then your logical brain will tell you, let's move on.
So you will react in a better way?
Yeah, you react in a better way.
Let me see if I got this one right. Now, in the face of a conflict, in the event I've been faced with a question that is triggering me in a bad way. So my number one, usually I want to answer very fast.
Yeah, very fast.
That is the physical brain. But my emotional brain can hold me in a way to check, are we still connected?
Exactly.
If we still are connected, I will question my, the way I wanted to answer. Because we are connected, I don't want to spoil the connection, and I want to answer in a way to de-escalate whatever is at hand.
Yes.
Am I right?
Yeah, very right.
Wow. We have a lot to talk about, but time is not on our side.
Okay.
I wish we could just give a summary of all this in a short bit of time.
Okay.
I think we'll have another time we talk broadly, because I see you have a lot on communication, so that we learn as much as we have learned on the relationship stages. That was, awesome. There was beautiful information and very grounding. Okay. And I know even on communication, we can maybe have another show and talk broadly and largely on communication.
Yeah,
but
sure.
Because of time, time inatufukuza.
It's okay.
So give us more of a parting shot.
Okay.
Yeah, in a summary of all this.
Oh, what you've learned.
Yeah.
Okay, great. So I would want to say that in relationship, we have the 5 stages, but as Kate have summarized them, but the most dangerous stage is the power struggle stage. This is where you find yourself breaking, and if you are unable to move out of that stage, you find yourself going back to romance stage, coming back to power struggle stage, and you can do that until you die, which is very unfortunate. But when you are able to move to the next stage, then you go up to blissful stage. But in the power struggle stage, we need to learn about communication, because communication is everything in the relationship. Communication will help you move forward, or communication will break your relationship. So the relationship is all about communication. You learn about the stages, you understand in which stage you are in, you can weigh yourself and see which stage you are in, and then after that, you learn how to communicate, because communication is everything. Yeah.
Wow, thank you very much, Faith. It's been beautiful having you. You are, what can I say, full of wisdom.
Thank you.
I was looking for a word, but it's not coming. But thank you very much for coming and honoring us, and even teaching us all this wisdom that you do carry. You're truly blessed to have such kind of an information.
Thank you.
And even to be in a position to, dispense this information so that a lot of people can live beautiful lives. So thank you for even stepping forward to help us here.
Thank you too.
So thank you. May God bless you for that. And my dear viewer, I know you've learned a lot today. I know you also wish to have Faith back here. She will make time for us some other day. So it's been beautiful. I've learned a lot myself. I also know you have learned a lot, that communication is the engine of your relationship. And now you know that the point you are at in your relationship. And for you to move forward, you know what to do. And make sure you learn yourself so that you are in a position to move forward until the blissful stage, so that we can live a beautiful life. Why are we here? Are we here to struggle, remain in the power struggle stage? No, we want to get to the blissful stage and live a beautiful life. So it's been beautiful. Thank you for being here with us, and thank you for sending in your comments. I never got the chance to read them, but next time I'll make sure to do that. So it's been beautiful, and may God bless you as you go along in your endeavors. So I wish to leave you here, and until next time, bye bye.